Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me. It's about to, quote unquote, get mean.
Right, right. So I met you a couple of weeks ago at Jeffersonville, Indiana, for
Yep,
Girl Fight Wrestling, and it
yep.
was actually the first wrestling show that I went to since this pandemic, since February, and
Oh, really? Yeah, it was my first one too. So,
oh, okay. So I'm getting familiar with familiar faces like Billy Starts, um, Sheeshin, Tootling Whimsy, and a couple of familiar faces. So I went there to support my friends that night, and I made some new friends that night. You were one of them.
there you go.
So when I heard Missy Elliott throw it back, I was like, who's coming to the ring with this? Oh, that's
Right,
Salena
dude.
Dean.
Missy is it.
Yeah, so I'm like, she won me over. Like I don't care if she's face, a heel, like she's all good with me. She got good
There
taste.
we go.
She got good taste in some music, so I can roll with Selena Dean. So
There we go.
so so with all that being said, we'll definitely get to more on the wrestling side of things. Now, how did you get started into wrestling?
Okay, so when I was little, I lost my grandfather really young, and that was something that we always did. We always watched Monday Night Raw, WCW, all the good stuff on TV. And he told me, he was like, "This is what you're gonna do when you grow up." And I, I like genuinely took that to heart, and I was like, "Okay, all right, I will." And life just took a course, and eventually I found my way into the wrestling world through the Northern Wrestling Federation in Cincinnati, Ohio. My brother-in-law actually went there, and he was the one that told me about it. And here I am, 2.5 years later, and making waves. I just debuted for OVW not too long ago, and hopefully the rest of 2020 is my year, and 2021 better watch out.
I agree. Like 2021, like everybody want to end on a good note with everything going on with this pandemic and everything. Wrestlers so eager, chomping at the bit, trying to get some sort of work in. Uh,
Oh
I,
yeah, man.
2021, that's going to be an interesting year, just to see who really
Exactly.
comes out swinging. I see that you were trained by the man Roger Ruffin, well-known wrestler in the Ohio, the tri-state area. I've interviewed Roger before. I've actually been to an NWF show before. Very well run
Okay.
organization. Um, what was it like, being trained by him? What was the whole experience like, in your early portion of your career, just getting trained and learning all that you could learn from Roger?
Honestly, Roger runs a very, very tight ship all on his own. He teaches us the old school way of wrestling, and if you develop, like more of the indie style wrestling, all the flips and tricks and stuff. I myself, as you've seen, wrestle, my feet stay on the ground. I am an old school through and through. um but Roger, the school doesn't look like much, but it is a lot. Like, you get so much from such a small area and such a small group of people, and you really take it with you wherever you go. We wear our jackets out to other, like, when we're booked onto other shows and stuff, and people already know. They're like, "Oh, that's the NWS." Like, it's top notch for where we're at in the greater Cincinnati area, and people really do respect that. You say, "Oh, I'm from NWF. I've been to Chicago, West Virginia," and they all know. They're like, "Oh." yeah, you know how to wrestle, don't you? And it's like, yes, I do. And everybody that I've went to training with, they get told the same thing each time. So Roger has really done a good thing by, giving wrestlers a good foundation. And I wish a lot of other people could come to the Northern Wrestling Federation and try it out.
And the training, from my understanding, took place at the world famous Bone Crushers um,
Yep.
at
Very
Cincinnati,
very
Ohio.
hard. Yeah.
I'm
Very
familiar with that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, Bone Crushers, like I said, it's a very small place. It doesn't look like much, but you get a lot from it. There's no heating, so it's very cold in the winter times, and it's very, very, very hot in the summertime. So you get what you pay for. Like, it's extremely hard. When people say, "Oh, wrestling would be easy," it's not like at all, especially when you're at Bone Crushers.
That's definitely a grind. Felt like dungeon esque. Um,
Oh, very.
very. I'm talking Hart Dungeon, like with the Hart family up north in Canada. Um,
Oh yeah.
who, as far as wrestlers, whether it's independently or mainstream, has inspired you or maybe influenced you into becoming a wrestler? Who are some of the ones? It could be more than one person that you was like,
Okay.
I want to be a wrestler because of some of these individuals.
Okay, so first things first, I gotta like give it up. And everybody gives me crap for this, but my end all be all favorite wrestler is Batista, hands down. Favorite wrestler. I will straight up argue with someone if they try and come at me for liking Batista. Because I used to watch OVW when it was on like the CW network, like super early, like on Sunday mornings. Like I used to watch that, and I watched him from being Leviathan to Deacon Day or Deacon Batista to the Animal and everything like that with Evolution. So that was my main focus. And plus, like, he came from the same background that I did. No money, no nothing. You are who you make yourself, essentially. And I got to meet him one time, and he told me, he was like, "Hey," he's like, "you can do that, like that whole generic speech that you give fans." And I don't know, I took it to heart as a 10-year-old, and I was like, "I got to do it." Batista told me I can do it. I can do it. And then, so we have Batista, and then obviously, The Rock and Stone Cold and all those original people that with the Attitude Era and everything.
I will not argue with you when it comes to Batista. He is top tier in my book. Um, I've had the privilege of meeting him at a convention last year, and that was pretty dope. Just laid back, had the leather jacket, all styled up and everything. Batista, man, he's just a whole nother level. And, OVW, I mean, just that 2002 class that they had with him, Cena, Lesnar, Benjamin, Lashley. I mean, come on. And I'm mad
Right.
at
It
my,
didn't get any better.
yeah, and I'm mad at myself because I lived in Kentucky around that time, but I wasn't really going out to wrestling shows compared to now. So I kind of wish I was like literally there at early phases of their career, so I could be like, I was there. Like I seen them at
Right.
the bottom and work their way up. I guess my parents may play a factor into no, you ain't getting out. You stay home.
Right.
Like they didn't understand it maybe, but with the soap operas that they be watching, they kind of get it now. So they're like, son, you enjoy it, you enjoy. So that's pretty cool. So
Right.
yeah, I'm not arguing with you with Batista. He's legit. He's legit. He's that guy. Um, so with 2020 running now to the last couple months, uh, as far as you got any upcoming shows, upcoming something in the works as far as where can people see you wrestle at?
Yeah, this weekend actually, this Sunday, I am gonna be at Ohio Valley Wrestling. They make a little pit stop in Salem, Indiana. I believe it's at like a fairground or something, but it's gonna be taped and everything. I will be there. Missy Elliott will not be joining me on the soundtrack, but I'll be there. Badder than ever. But that's this weekend, and then live the 17th of October in Covington, Kentucky at Hits Indoor Baseball for the Northern Wrestling Federation's comeback show, and it's going to be hot. We got Impact star legendary Larry D coming, and it's a stacked card.
Awesome. Shout out to Larry D, Kentucky's own Larry D. We proud of
I
him.
love Larry.
Um,
Yeah.
Good dude. Happy for him. Seeing a guy from my neck of the woods in Kentucky, or anybody for that matter, is inspiring. It makes everyone else want to step their game up because he really paid his dues to get to where he's at. So to
Oh,
shout out.
100%. Larry's the man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So who are some wrestlers out there that Salena Dean want to go up against? Who are some of those that you haven't had a chance to go up against, but you want to maybe sometime down the road? Who do you want to go up against? Anyone?
Who,
Mainstream,
who do I
independent,
want to
no
go
matter.
up against? Well, obviously, I'm a real big fan of intergender matches. I haven't had as many as I'd like to. But with the intergender stuff aside, I really, really am a huge fan for Thunder Rosa, and I feel like me and her would just have a super, super huge hitting, hard hitting match. Like bar none, like we would beat the crap out of each other. Um, Tessa Blanchard too. All respects to her, she's amazing. And then honestly, with intergender in mind, if I could get on TV or get on a show and wrestle Lance Archer, I feel like that would be a crazy matchup.
Lance Archer.
Small and Mean goes against the Murder Hawk Monster. That would be crazy.
And Jake Roberts be out there chilling at ringside. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Anytime I see Jake Roberts, man, it's good given what he's been through with the battles he had to deal with and getting the help that he needed. So it's encouraging to see Jake Roberts
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, he's a
TV.
super super nice guy as well. His stand up is freaking hilarious. Like he's a natural at being funny. Like all the stories he tells about being on the road and stuff, crazy. Like I would have loved to been on the road with all them back in the day.
So yeah, I just started hearing about him doing comedy stand up. I'm very eager. I'm curious to check him out if he comes to my area, of course. So yeah, Jake Roberts, and what I also admire about Jake is he's one of the few people like you hear him doing a promo. He's got that tone, demeanor, but it still got some aggression behind it. Like he doesn't have to like scream and yell at you just to make a point. He could be
Exactly.
um, he could be aggressive without raising the tone of his voice. And it's like you hear what he's saying, like, and he kind of I almost felt got traumatized because of him at a young
Oh
age.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, he had a feud with Macho Man Randy Savage. I grew up a Macho Man fan, and that was I guess it was a post match or whatever, and he had Randy tied up with the ropes, and Damien, demonic snake of his, bit him on the
Yeah.
arm. I was a kid at that time, and I even told him that when I met him at a convention. Like, man, you almost got me traumatized because of that, man. I was a Randy Savage fan. Like, how could you do that? You know, I'm one of those petty fans. Like, I see someone, and I always got to bring something. Like, how could you do that, man? Like, well, I got your attention, did I? You know, yeah, yeah, you did.
Right.
So, so
That's what it's all about. You got to draw them in any way that you can.
you know, like it's kind of I like using the word puppet masters, like
Yeah,
holding the strings. That's
exactly.
definitely you're in good command. Like when you draw the emotions of the fan, even when it's like virtually some of the shows you watch on TV these days, and you see the screens and seeing people react, and they react, man, like yeah, yeah, I got you, I got you. uh,
Exactly, man. That's what it's all about. It's all
mm,
about pleasing the fans any way that you can. That's what we do it for.
oh, absolutely. So I've definitely enjoyed having you on the show. Everything that I could hope for, and then some. Before I let you go, why don't you go ahead promote your social media links? Where can people catch you on Twitter, Instagram, or any other links out there?
All right. Well, my let's see. Like I always hate saying it because I have to spell my name because it's spelled different. All right. On Twitter, guys, you can follow me at mean spelled normal, Salena Salena Dean spelled normal as well. And then on Instagram, it's the Deanster 995. Yeah, almost messed up my own handle. It's all right though. Everybody has issues. It's all good. But yeah, just give me a like, a share, and also another thing I would like to plug, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
My my dearest mother, she just got diagnosed with breast cancer, and I am trying my hardest to help her as much as I can. I've started a GoFundMe. And it's in the link of my bios of both Instagram and Twitter. So if you can, like, share, donate, tag as many like famous wrestlers as you can, famous actors, actresses. Let's get this word out because chemo is not cheap whatsoever, and I don't want to see my mom struggle.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
mean, but I'm not. I'm not that mean, you know.
Yeah, that's true. She's got a heart, good heart. Uh, and
And
I,
it hurts me to say, but I do, especially for my mom.
it's all good because while we appreciate you wrestlers for what y'all do in the ring, we also most of us anyway understand there's a human side behind these wrestlers that we see in the ring. So if you are able to put some money into this fund, definitely do that. You can. And if you aren't able to, just share the link, retweet it, put it on your social media sites, and let's help out moms. Let's help out, get all the financial needs, and let's help her beat this battle because it's ruthless and it's not going to give up one bit. So definitely be a helping hand if you can. Um, is the link is on her links on social media sites, so it's out there. So go give that a look at. You can read the info about her and help out if you can. Um, I also want to promote something for you. Pro Wrestling Tees. They
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
um,
there we go.
the fall sale has started, and I think it's 20 or 25% per order using the code FALL. And yes, Salena Dean herself got her own Pro Wrestling Tees site, some shirts to choose from. I already got the sticker
Exactly.
from the Girl Fight Wrestling, so now I gotta get a T-shirt.
There you go, man.
So
It matches. It was drawn up by the same guy. And just so everybody knows, like me being a personal wrestling tee fanatic, I have a crap ton of just black and gray shirts, and I got tired of seeing like going to a show and be like, "Oh, dude, can I buy your shirt?" They're like, "Yeah, what color?" And it's black or blue or gray. I love white t-shirts, and you know what? I had to go and make myself a white t-shirt because I know that there's more than just me out there that like white t-shirts. So you go out there, you get a most dangerous design, and you look comfortable in white. White is crisp and it's good.
White is crisp and it's good.
Yeah,
That's
and then
definitely
and then you drop something on and then it looks terrible. But then you go back and you buy another one, and then it's just a whole scheme.
it's like clockwork. It's like clockwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've become a pro wrestling tees addict, especially since this pandemic. I've been buying merchandise from wrestlers, especially those that I've interviewed in the past. So I'm definitely been doing that, and I will continue to do that. At least as long as I get that overtime money, then yeah, it's definitely going to help. Uh,
Exactly, man. I feel that.
so I definitely will be buying a Salena Dean shirt for sure. So ProWrestlingTees.com, go buy you some shirts, and while you do that, make sure you add a Salena Dean shirt because I got too many black shirts in my closet, so it's time to switch it up a bit. Definitely gonna buy me a
Exactly.
Salena Dean shirt. Well, it was great chatting with you. Great having you on the show. Thank you so
Hey, man,
much.
thanks for having
It
me.
was so awesome to meet you at Girl Fight Wrestling, and I look forward to seeing more of you in the future. I know there's another show coming up on the 17th, but you already got other things going on. So I'll definitely see you again down the road at a future show. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. Come to OVW this weekend, then you get a chance to see me.